It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of our senior class, a young man who has worked tirelessly on behalf of the class of 2013, a remarkable role model, a very special person in our high school, Mr. Peter Hayes.
And members of the school board, Mr. Hoffer and members of the high school staff, family, friends, and my classmates in the class of 2013. As president of the senior class, I have been asked to prepare a response for the class. Coming up with a response for this class is a tall order, so I thought, who better to get advice from than my fellow classmates? When I asked you for some input, I received the same 3 pieces of advice. Make sure it's not boring, make it short and sweet, and end it with a bang. Since my plan to seek useful input fell short, I was back to square one. Coming up with a response that would do the entire class justice was no small task. So I kept telling myself, I think I'll just start the speech tomorrow. Even my bro, Mr. Overachiever, current voice hadn't started his speech yet. So I thought I was in pretty good shape. Well, I think I'll do it tomorrow turned into a few weeks. And pretty soon I had to answer to my mom's relentless, Pete, did you start your speech yet? Yes, the English teacher many of you know, who has looked kindly on you and extended a deadline or two, cuts me absolutely no slack. And then there was Mr. Shaw, who would give me a deathly stare whenever I passed him in the hallway, because it was the last full week of school, and I still hadn't met with him to work on my speech. But maybe procrastination has its benefits, because it wasn't until that last week of school that I truly realized how much I was leaving behind. That final week of classes was an explosion of energy and emotions. We laughed together as we watched teachers, including every girl's dream, Mr. Lecce, get dunked in the dunk tank at the class picnic. We cheered with an energy unsurpassed by any other class for each and every student throughout the entire senior awards ceremony, and celebrated our valedictorian Rebecca's accomplishments with a standing ovation and thunderous applause. And yes, we cried on the last day of school as we played our class song, It's Time. You may not have seen me shedding any tears, but you all know I was crying on the inside. Our class song signifies the end of our road here at Sayville High School, what the title of our yearbook calls the season finale. We've tried to capture our lives in that book, but not even our yearbook can capture the individual efforts that led to the collective energy, emotions, and accomplishments of our class. In October, we voted for the senior superlatives. The superlatives, yes, the name given to the class members we consider to be most athletic, most likely to succeed, friendliest, and the list goes on. We will look back at our yearbooks and fondly remember those people and how their superlative qualities added to the class, maybe even with a bit of envy. I can't count how many of my friends wrote their names on the ballot for most attractive. Let's get it straight, gentlemen. According to the ladies, Connor O'Neill is the most attractive guy in the school, and that is final. But the list of superlatives could be endless, because I believe that every person in the class of 2013 has his or her own superlative that added to the class throughout the years. For instance, where would we have been at homecoming without most spirited class members, Aaron Krug and Cotty Winfield, to lead our homecoming skit, and Beyonce's Single Ladies Dance? Thank you, ladies. If it wasn't for our best float builders, Mike Lopretto, Jack Weisheit, and Chuck Burbeck, we wouldn't have even had a float for homecoming. And if it wasn't for our biggest prankster, Dylan Schreiber, putting fake legs in the boys' bathroom stall, creating a bathroom line that wrapped around the hall, and using his saran wrap skills to cover teachers and students' cars, our April Fool's Day would have been pretty lame. And where would we have been without Claire Luceri's endless comments and questions, and Mr. Pace's 9th and 10th grade world history class, earning her the title of most curious, to say the least. And when we look to the stage, we will be likely to see Matt Spina, who will be most likely to perform on Broadway. And things just wouldn't be the same without Kyle Trico, as most likely to disagree. Maybe you contributed to the class on a more serious note by being a person who led by example every day, like Pat Waters, or should I say Patty Guns, who is arguably the most humble person in the class.
Yeah, Pat!
Yes, Pat, you have been found out. Maybe your superlative was just discovered this year, like Hillary Slavic, Erica Ferrer, and Sarah Philbin, who deserve the title most likely to rock the house after their incredible performance at band night. Or maybe your superlative will make our class proud in the future, like Elliot the Archer, is most likely to go to the Olympics. And when you shoot that winning bullseye, Elliot, you better give the Sayville class of 2013 a shout out. Like I said, this list could go on forever, and as I thought about how much each and every one of you contributed to the class, it occurred to me, what if the class of 2013 had its own superlative? I know, it's mind-blowing, isn't it? But what would our class superlative be? How could we define our entire class and 4 years of high school with one title? Having gained a new perspective as your senior class president this year, I have come to realize that we are the class that is most likely to come together. The class that is most likely to set aside our differences and our cliques and unite. One of the places that we all came together was inside our school snack stand during home football games. Whether the weather was brutally hot or frigidly cold, I could always count on Amanda Bonkoski and Casey Little, our chiefest organizers, to get things going. And we could always depend on, most likely not to have a career in food services, John Reese, to provide the humor and serve up what he called 2 Scooby-Doos and a frig, which I think is 2 hot dogs and a soda, but I'm still not totally sure. And I can't forget about our grill masters, Craig Davidson and Scott Skolnick, who never failed to serve up a juicy hamburger, even if they were a little on the rare side. With everyone's efforts, not only did we raise money for our class, but we also raised over $900 for Hurricane Sandy relief. That same spirit and unity surged at the Long Island Football Championship as our most valiant fellow senior Donnie DeKennep went in as the backup quarterback. And the entire stadium erupted with those cheers. Those cheers and energy have gained momentum over the year, and we have become a family. And like any family, we've had some minor differences. But when it really counted, we truly came together as one. Of course, there were those who were behind the scenes who truly allowed us to come together. Our parents, our families, our teachers and administrators, community members, and of course, our most supportive class advisors, Miss Backer and Miss Sinclair. We thank you. So, my fellow seniors, class of 2013, the class most likely to come together, I leave you with this. It's been an unbelievable 4 years of high school together, and we know each and every one of us has what it takes to be successful in our endeavors. Go ahead and create your own superlative. Go ahead and write yourself in on the ballot. You know you have all of our votes. And in the wise words of Mr. Bennett, solidarity forever. And now, since I promised to end this speech with a bang, Mr. G, take it away.
Thank you, Peter. Great job. At this time, I would like to introduce our esteemed U.S. Senator, Charles Schumer.
I'm here every year, but usually I'm on time. You've received your diplomas, you've heard a lot of nice speeches. It's getting a little warm, right? This is the nice speech I prepared for all of you. Congratulations to the class of 2013. Good luck. Congratulations. Godspeed.
Thank you, Senator Schumer. Yes, thank you. All members of the class of 2013 have had the benefit of having a tremendously dedicated and caring group of professionals who have assisted them in achieving this milestone of high school graduation. And they are the teachers of Sayville Public Schools. At this time, I'd like to recognize a group of teachers who have been selected by the students in the class of 2013 and identified as a group of teachers who have made a difference in their lives. As I read through the list of teachers, if you are with us this morning, please stand and remain standing so that we may recognize you. Please reference our commencement program to find the graduate who recognized the following teachers. Ms. Abrams, Ms. Anderson, Mr. Angelone, Mr. Aronson, Mr. Bannon, Ms. Bernstein, Ms. Bowers, Ms. Bricker, Mr. Brown, Ms. Burns, Mr. Carbosi, Mr. Kasky, Ms. Sensoplano, Ms. Chaskin, Mr. Kuhn, Ms. Coyle, Ms. DeShiel, Ms. DiMartino, Ms. Dodato, Mr. Dragonetta, Ms. Dreyer, Ms. Dudick, Ms. Feely, Ms. Gallaretta, Mr. Giamalvo, Ms. Gianico, Mr. Gittler, Ms. Gray, Mr. Haley, Mr. Hammer, Mr. Hoffman, Mr. and Mrs. Haas, Ms. Khan, Ms. Kaminsky, Ms. Colleen, Ms. Klon, Mr. Kramer, Ms. Kramer-Pirate, Ms. Lanziato, Mr. Lecce, Mr. Landacetta, Ms. Lauriston, Ms. Lutz, Ms. Macris, Ms. Matamore, Ms. Metzler, Mr. Nani, Ms. O'Leary, Mr. Pace, Ms. Perlin, Ms. Podless, Ms. Salakis, Ms. Richter, Ms. Rizzo Shore, Ms. Roman, Ms. Rowan, Ms. Savage, Mr. Shaw, Ms. Cahill, Ms. Soul, Ms. Stewart, Ms. Snicken, Ms. Thelian, Ms. Trentowski, Ms. Tresham, Ms. Urso, Ms. Van Dorn, Mr. Bashore, Ms. Whitman Cahill. You've made a difference. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you for joining us. The class of 2013 has been an outstanding class to work with in all endeavors. Our students, your sons, daughters, and friends have won many significant honors, both individually and collectively, and they have been tremendous representatives of our school and our community. As I reflect on their accomplishments, I do so with a great deal of pride and satisfaction. I would at this time like to quickly highlight some of our student accomplishments for the past school year. Our service organizations have once again served our community by giving back to our community and other local, national, and worldwide communities. Congratulations to all of our service organizations for your commitment in addressing the needs of others throughout our community. Our music program has had a tremendous year with the Wind Ensemble performing at Disney World. Our music students have also been recognized locally and throughout the county, state, and the nation. We are fortunate to have 5 all-state musicians. They are Kieran Harrison, Matt Iavino, Carolyn Pace, Jameson Revholz, and Christian Savini. Congratulations to all of our award-winning groups and musicians. The class of 2013 has played an instrumental role in Sayville High School's theater arts program over the last 4 years. In their senior year alone, they participated both on stage and backstage in A Night at the Operas in August, Neil Simon's Hotel Suites in November, In Spite of Sandy, our Shakespeare sampler All the Words stage in January, our spring musical Fiddler on the Roof, and 5 of them directed and produced one-act plays of their own in the 35th annual May one-act plays. Additionally, 10 Sayville High School seniors were inducted into Sayville Players Troupe, 11 received National Drama Awards from the United States Achievement Academy, and 2 were recipients of the Thespian Circle Awards from the International Thespian Society. Our visual arts students also had a tremendous year. Our seniors participated in over 10 juried shows this year. Jackie Christensen and Lorelei Oak were selected into Heckscher's Museum, Long Island Best Young Artist Juried Competition. Senior Anna Corsa was awarded with a scholarship from South Bay Art Association, and 2 of our most talented young female artists to come through our ranks at Sayville High School, Megan Mulry and Lorelei Oak, both were honored with Women Sharing Art Incorporated Scholarship Awards. I guess that's my cue to speed it up here, huh? I will, I promise. Academically, I am also extremely proud to announce that 6 students in the class of 2013 were recognized by the National Merit Scholarship Foundation for Academic Excellence. With the following National Merit commended students, as well as the semifinalists, please stand and be recognized for your accomplishments. Kerry Keenan, Dylan Schreiber, Stephen Smith, Matt Steffen, Courtney Tackett, and Curran Boyce, National Merit Semifinal. Congratulations. Thank you, and you may be seated. I would also like to recognize accomplishments of several students involved in our research and science and engineering program. Under the direction of Ms. Maria Brown, will the following seniors who have excelled in their research and have been recognized by winning multiple competitions please stand? Curran Boyce, Catherine Farrell, Elizabeth Cola, Rebecca Monastero, and Rachel Walker. Congratulations. You may be seated. Academics and athletics do go hand in hand. At this time, I'd like to speak to our student athletes' accomplishments, our coaches' leadership, and our athletic director, Mr. Maloney's vision. This is clearly evident as 20 of 26 of our varsity teams are scholar athlete teams this year. We had a tremendous year in that we won individual or team championships in 8 sports, specifically boys soccer, football, boys golf, girls soccer, boys swimming, field hockey, girls golf, and girls swimming. A Suffolk County championship in both football and softball, and Long Island champions in softball. The students sitting before you this morning have met and or exceeded the academic standards of Sayville High School in New York State, and hopefully will have developed a sound work ethic and moral values and principles that will guide them successfully through all of their future endeavors. At this time, I'm extremely proud to announce that 94.5% of the students in the class of 2013 will go on to further their education, and that approximately 97% of our graduates will earn a Regents Diploma this school year. That absolutely deserves a round of applause. This is a time for celebration and an opportunity to recognize the noblest of commitments. With the following members of the class of 2013, please stand: Curran Boyce, Hunter Grant, and Thalia Rojas. These young men and women will be serving in our United States military and providing us with the veil of freedom we have all come to know and love. Thank you for your anticipated service. Thank you. On June 3rd, we held our 39th annual Scholastic Awards program. At that time, we presented 249 awards to 149 deserving students in the class of 2013. Each of our Scholastic Award recipients is wearing either a purple or gold ribbon medallion. The medallion acknowledges their accomplishments in their academic endeavors. And in your programs, on the page entitled Academic Incentive Scholarships and Other Scholarships, there are 146 students receiving scholarships awarded by various colleges, universities, and community organizations. The value of these scholarships range well over $4.1 million. That's not a completed list. We received acknowledgments over the summer. Various local community organizations also annually provide additional scholarships and awards. The recipients of these awards were selected by committees set up by these organizations, of which criteria they devised. During that evening, 28 of 120 community scholarship donors opted to present over $120,000 to our students. We thank you, community scholarship donors. At this point in our program, I'd like to take this opportunity to publicly acknowledge and thank some very special people who volunteered their time to make our school district so successful. Our Board of Education members, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Bedone, Mr. Cooley, Mr. Devon, Ms. Dolan, Mr. Kolar, and Mrs. Van Estendel. Thank you very much for your support and leadership. I would also be remiss if I did not thank the people who make our visions and dreams come true, our central office administrators, Dr. Shartner, Dr. Solving-Keck, Mr. Belmonte, Ms. Camilleri, Mr. Maloney, Ms. Bolivar, Ms. Hall, Ms. Horrigan, Ms. Abquist, Mr. Kepper, and Dr. Stimmel. And of course, the faculty and staff, the grounds crew of our district, for their support, guidance, and leadership throughout the year. Without their teamwork, their commitment, and their cooperation, we would not be able to provide the quality of programs that we're able to provide for our school and community each year. Once again, thank you for your support, for your assistance, and for your dedication in developing an excellent educational community. I would also like to seize this opportunity to recognize the dedication, the professionalism, and the care for our students in Sayville that Dr. Sullivan Keck, our Deputy Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction, has provided over the last 13 years as she enters retirement. Congratulations and thank you. It is my pleasure to recognize one of our Sayville High School faculty members who has served our community for a sum total of 27 years and is retiring. She is Ms. Kim Kaminsky. I believe the best way to pay tribute to Ms. Kaminsky is to say thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kaminsky. At this time, I would once again like to introduce the Patricia Anke Bell Memorial Award winner, Ms. Melina Guida, and senior members of the High School Jazz Choir who will be singing God Bless America. Marissa Cazaza, Matt Iavino, Libby Larkin, Shannon Lynch, Denise Natoli, Danielle Post, Jameson Redholtz, Christina Saracino, and Christian Savini. Please rise.
Or not. I give up. The class of 2013 has been a credit to our school and our community in all endeavors. The class has continued with our tradition of academic excellence, of athletic success, of outstanding music, drama, and arts programs, and of civic-minded growth and involvement. I'd like to thank our student government officers, current voice, Dan Dufenroy, John Reese, Devin Bailey, Rebecca Monastero, and advisor, Mr. Huggins, as well as our senior class officers, Peter Hayes, Scott Skolnick, Danielle Lamando, Amanda Bonkowski, and Aaron Krug, and our senior advisors, Ms. Backer and Ms. Sinclair, for your leadership and cooperation and commitment to our schooling and to the students of the class of 2013. Almost done, folks, promise. Additionally, I would also like to thank the guidance counselors, Ms. Adamson, Ms. Backer, Ms. Stevens, and Mr. Dillon, and our assistant principals, Mr. Bayo and Mr. Decker, for guiding and addressing the individual and collective needs of the students of class of 2013. Most importantly, I'd like to congratulate and compliment the members of this outstanding class for your commitment to excellence in every arena. I can state without hesitation that the class of 2013 has been a remarkable class to work with in all endeavors. I applaud you for your efforts throughout your respective high school careers,
and I would encourage you, as future leaders of this wonderful country, to continue to be the energetic, hardworking, and committed students you are to your goals and dreams. As a representative of faculty and staff and administration, it's been my pleasure to have worked with you for the past 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. Please have a safe and enjoyable day. I congratulate the class of 2013. Congratulations, class of 2013.